I have invited a few people along today, so we'll see how it goes and see who drops in. But otherwise, you're just stuck with me, I'm afraid. So I just wanted to, I have asked Tanya if she wants to drop in, but you know what us ladies are like. If we don't have our faces on or if our hair's untidy, it might not happen. But I think Tanya's here and Kathy's here. And Daniel said he'd be a little bit late, so we'll see what happens there. But there you go. I'm here. I wanted to this week just. Oh, you're in the. Oh my God, she's here. Look. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, my fairy princess, you've worn the crown.
Yep, just for you.
I love you. That's gorgeous. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you're here, Tanya, because the matter, well, you're just awesome because you help everybody. Like, you're just always there. It doesn't matter whose live you tune into, Tanya will be there. So it's pretty cool. Who's popping in? Anybody? Oh, there's 5. Who's here? Oh, hey, cruising is fun. Hello. Yes, this is Tanya. Tanya is one of the moderators. Well, there's other moderators, like Paul is a moderator and stuff, but Tanya's been with everybody since day dot. So generally, if you tune into anybody's, is tune in an old-fashioned term? I suppose it is, isn't it? Tune in. But if you tune into anybody's live streams, often you will find Tanya in there. What you do, the boys from the new reality, Crow.
Yeah, I do a lot. There's at least 10 plus.
You do tons.
Yeah. I love doing it.
But that's what Tanya does. So what's happening? Yeah, it's good fun. Sheila, hey Sheila, and Paul's here.
Hi, everyone.
But yeah, I don't know. So I want to ask you actually. Yeah, hi everyone. If you get in late, well, you'll have to do a rewatch to check in what I asked Tanya. But I've just been excited to have you on because obviously watching some YouTube channels, and then somebody said, hey, you can be my moderator. Like, you must have got a bug for it because you're like a little bug. You're excited about doing the moderation.
I love it. I consider it like a job. Like, I'm there to help your channel and all your friends' channels, and it makes me happy to help out.
Yeah, well, you're more than appreciated. Oh, Cassie's here. Hey, Cassie, look who's on. Hey, Joe, look who's on. It's Tanya. I've got Tanya. Oh, geez. You can pop in if you want to put the link to the top, but I'm having a yarn with Tanya first. But if anyone wants to pop in, they can pop in. I think if you have a look at I don't know. Oh, well, the moderator will know. Where I put the link at the top, can they go back to that, Tanya, or should I put it in again?
They can go back to it.
Well, they can, but I'll put it in again.
Oh, it depends how far up it is too.
Yeah, but it's in there again if you want to pop in, anybody. And you can talk to Tanya as well and tell her thank you very much for being a moderator on your channels because she's awesome. But yeah, so where in New Zealand are you roughly?
I'm in the South Island, right down the bottom.
South Island. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, we talked about
what's the weather like?
In Dunedin.
What? Yeah.
We talked about
because that's right, because I had family long ago went to Dunedin. A great uncle, and he passed away in the hospital from consumption. Everyone died of consumption back then, didn't they? But yeah, Dunedin. Oh, cool. What's the weather like there today?
It is overcast and raining.
Today it's beautiful and sunny outside today in Brisbane.
Oh,
so there you go.
It's always nice in Australia.
Yeah, Joe, Tanya, that's right. She's on. And
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah. I'll see Tanya's even doing her job as we speak. She's reading the chats. Very good. Cassie's still at her sister's along I gotta go. Love you. All right, then. Bugger off, Cassie. I'll see you later.
I've got it under control here.
And hey, look, Joe. I love it. I love it. She's my fairy princess if I'm the fairy queen.
It's true.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I've got this week I had asked someone else to do my, my 5 haunting questions, but it fell through because they got busy. So that's all right. But I've got to work on my little episode and I'll put that out instead. So I've better pull my finger out. I'm nearly done editing. Oh, look, it's Crow. Hello, Crow.
Hey, Crow.
Hey, just wanted to hop on real quick and say hi, and also say hi to Tarnia.
Hi, Crow.
I wanted to say I saw Tarnia was on. I was like, oh, it's awesome that you're on here. I was just talking to her, I think yesterday, right?
Yep.
I talked to her quite a bit, but yeah, she's freaking. We need to do something for her like we did for Dantex, or like War Party did.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't want all that attention, Tarnia?
No, I like to be in the background mostly.
She does. But today I wanted her to come on because I want people to put a face to the name, and I want people to understand how much, without making her feel embarrassed, because it's embarrassing when people tell you how wonderful you are.
Heck yeah.
But she's really good. Like the minute I see Tanya's name pop up on the chat, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm under control. She's right. And because I'm not that good at it, I'm sure she's noticed. Like now, I can see that someone, I've got to look across at the YouTube one because the one in StreamYard's a bit useless. But if I look over there, so I can see, hey, Raquel. But yeah, so it's mental. But Tanya's there.
Thank you,
I
Raquel.
just want because, she's important.
I'd like to say thank you to Tarnia. I would say thank you to Tarnia for being so dedicated, because I understand where I was a hardcore full-time mod for Haunted Side, and I did I used to do the 12-hour marathons. I mean, I was there for everything, and I didn't have, it was fun for me at times, but I didn't like it as much as Tarnia likes it. Sometimes it was fun. It was cool because I was like the only mod for Haunted Side for quite a while, so I felt kind of special. But I did a lot of modding for a lot of channels, and I am just burnt out. I'll put in links so Cassie goes live or stuff like that. Sometimes, but it's definitely a job where you have to like it to want to do it, and she seems to like it. So hey, that's cool. That's great.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I like helping out.
Yeah,
and you're damn good at it too.
Thank you.
Oh, look, Joe's come on to give you a kiss as well. Oh, that's unusual for you, Joe. You're not behind your desk.
No, I'm making dinner.
Oh, cool. Oh, cooking with Joe.
What are you making us?
What are you making us?
I'm just making spaghetti.
Oh, okay, but spaghetti's yum.
Yeah.
That's what
You're pretty sexy as well.
Am I? You like this? Yeah. Like that, Crow?
You're a real man.
I'm a man. I like bad things.
Yeah. I'm glad Tanya came on. I'm excited.
What?
Have you had some of your bag of dicks yet, Joe?
Yeah, I'm actually still at work, but we're.
You're still working.
What the hell, Crow?
Oh, he's freezing up, ain't he?
Oh, okay.
Should be freezing up.
Oh.
Man, my signal is really bad.
Well, it's weird. I sometimes wonder. I was on a Zoom. Betty. And that was okay. That didn't break up. I wonder if it's a StreamYard thing sometimes. What do you think? I don't know. But then other days, like right now, it seems to be working okay for Tanya and Joe. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're breaking up on me sometimes, Karen.
Hang on. Could be the mic.
Couldn't hear you there for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
It's
Same.
doing kind of.
See, now you're breaking up too. That's weird. Maybe it's StreamYard. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Testing.
Thank you for calling tech support. How may I help you?
Oh, well, just tell me if oh, well, I might bet because I've got a blue snowball. It's a round thing. I might be the microphone, but it could also be because I've got a new computer, so it could be that. So I'll play. Oh,
Hi, Betty.
I'm back.
It's your internet connection.
Yeah. Oh, Crow's back. There we go. And Erica's here. Hi, Erica. I can't see. Oh, I can. Why is that so weird? Whenever Erica is in anyone else's live feed, I cannot see her name in anything. I just know she's there because someone else will say, "Hey, Erica." So that's usually when I say.
You must have blocked her at one time. Have you ever seen on your YouTube studio? I think it's under account. You can go in there and see all the people you have blocked.
But then wouldn't she be blocked on my YouTube here now?
You wouldn't be able to see her on YouTube.
And I can. So I can see her on the YouTube. She just said, "Hey, Kindred."
But you can't see her everywhere else though, right?
No. So if she was on a live with you and when she's been on a live with Joe or anyone else, I can't see her. I only know she's there.
Just check your block people just in case. Just in case. YouTube's very glitchy. YouTube's got a lot of glitches.
Yeah, I might double check. But yeah.
Man, my blocked list is really long.
I'm assuming at some point it would get pretty long. I saw a YouTuber the other day who does editing for Logan Paul. He's Logan Paul's does the editing for Logan Paul's things. And he said, if anyone's being an a-hole or anything like that, don't block them, don't do anything, just ignore them. So I thought, oh, okay. But why wouldn't you block them if they're being nasty? I'd block them.
See, their chat.
No.
I just want people who are being like racist, homophobic, or just straight up like just hateful. They don't need to be around.
Well, I'll add this conversation. Being a moderator for so long, I remember being in like, say, Haunted Sites chat or whatever, and there's a person in there. See, when you have thousands watching like Logan Paul, you can probably get by with letting people stick around. But when you have like 30 or 50 or a small group, if you have one person that comes in and starts being a smartass, even if it's not being over the top, that one person gets all the attention of the chat. And it's one bad apple falls a bunch, and then 10 minutes later, I have to end up freaking deleting me anyway. So as soon as people come in and start being like a smartass, they're out of here because all they're going to do is take the attention and put it on themselves. So I'm like, no, you're gone. See ya. And people are like, oh, you didn't give them a chance. It's like, no, you can see them. You can see them coming out. If you're here just to be a dick, then see ya. Because it's a small chat and it just messes the flow up. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. And because the whole point of all of our, sorry, Joe.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know you.
No, it's okay. But just the whole point of our channels is that we want to be no nasty business. Like we can be frustrated about events and say, "Oh my God, that really upset me," or "Geez, that was whatever." But you don't have to be nasty or smarty pants or. Out there, isn't there, Tanya? They can just bugger off.
Actually, I have to say that he who shall not be named, when I was on his channel and someone would come in and they would be a smart ass, Patrick would actually say to them, start talking to them, and actually they ended up being quite nice after he'd been talking to them, and then that sort of taught me that if you see someone being smart ass, actually talk to them and ask them why they're being like that and give them a chance, because they might actually stick around.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's worth a shot.
And if they don't, just get rid of them.
Well, I know that someone was in. What are you doing, Crow? I know someone was in Joe's chat.
I was doing what she just said.
Your chat, wasn't it? Oh, the cat. Yeah, someone was in Joe's chat and basically was name calling me, and I've gone, oh, that's a bit rude. And Joe said, do you want me to boot him? And I said, I'll give him a minute. And he turned out sort of all right. He was a bit funny, but I just thought, some people think they're being funny, and they're actually they're not. Like, settle down. You're not really.
And it's hard to tell too.
Yeah, you're being a bit of an
through text. But for me, it's like somebody comes in there and they're just being a smart ass. Give them a chance. Be nice to them, and maybe they'll turn out to be really cool. And usually, that's what does happen. But you do have those cases that isn't what's going to happen. No. But I'm always like, mods, if somebody comes in there, it's real hateful, like racist or homophobic or anything like that, done. Get them up.
Kindred wants to know if you're eating turkey and gravy off your chest again, Crow.
I'm actually eating Kit Kats.
Oh, all right. Turkey and gravy sounds much better.
Yeah.
I wish Crow was, because I would feed him like this.
Wow.
I saw you put up a post today, Joe, that you're off to do some investigating for your channel. When's that? Next week or something?
Yep.
When are you off?
The 9th.
Yep.
And then after that, I head off to another location because we film the next documentary.
Yes. Looking forward to that. Yep, it's going to be a good one. And Joe was saying, if anyone hasn't seen his little post from today, that basically you've got your what's it called? Patreons. Patreon is up and running again for you, and so anybody, there'll be special surprises for anyone who's doing that sort of thing while he's off on his investigation. So have a look.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And hey, Crow.
Uh-huh. I'm here.
Have you got anything else coming out just yet?
Yeah, I have. I'm actually working on a video right now. If I could stop being on live streams and hanging out and talking to people all day, I might get some work done. But I can't, especially when I'm on Predator Zone. I can't shut the hell up for 2 seconds. But yeah, I do have something I'm working on. But I gotta get the job.
This one's not going to be long. I just wanted to drop in. It was Tanya. I was trying to get Tanya. I just thought, no, I'm just going to try it again until Tanya's got time to pop her head in, because I really wanted. Because I just don't. I see it all the time, and I tried to get you last week, but I think that was my mistake. I did it on a Monday when I keep forgetting because it's American time. That's Sunday night for you. Something in Australia, and so has to be around.
Yeah, I had a feeling today that you would have me up, actually.
Yes, I want it because I did want you to. And you're welcome anytime, by the by. Like, so anytime. You know how to message me, I think, don't you? Yes.
Yep,
so you can always.
On Facebook. Yep.
Yeah. So you just say, hey, what about this week? I'll go, yeah, no worries. So, yeah, because this is what today for me is. It's just a little catch up with everybody, because I get to talk to everybody mostly through the week anyway, because everyone has lives. But the problem is most of the lives, as Joe and Crow both know, go forever. And you get off and like you're having fun, but they go for a long time. And then you get off and you think, oh, my bottom hurts, and ow, my foot's gone to sleep. And for us, for Tanya and I, our day's gone. Our daylight day has gone. You guys are off to bed, and we're like, oh, shit, I should have got all that housework done today, or I should have been out in the garden today
Yeah.
Instead, I was on a bloody 6-hour marathon. Yeah. So I'm trying maybe every Sunday for me and like Tanya in Australia and New Zealand. So every Sunday, just have a quick hello and let everybody know what everybody else is doing, and
Yep. I gotta take this, guys. I'll be right back.
and catch up, and then through the week work on my videos and say a quick hello. Today, oh no, Crow sent me a voice message on the messenger, and I could hear in the background. I heard his little kitty cats. Oh dear. Are we missing anybody? What's Erica want? Joe, can we get a video of you baby birding Crow?
I would love that. That'd be cool.
Bobblehead. I might do that. I'll make a bobblehead of Crow getting fed by a Joe. Yeah. Hey,
Do that. Yeah. Be funny.
Dantex, I've kept it on my paste thing. There you go.
That might be too hot though for
Yeah.
my YouTube channel. So
Maybe OnlyFans.
YouTube.
or as Frank,
Luckily Frank isn't in here today. Frank doesn't normally come to my live streams. He picks on you and Crow mostly. Sometimes he pops in.
yeah, we do definitely notice when Frank's not on. We love Frank.
Yeah, he's funny. He's very cheeky. Princess Crown. Actually, I've never watched them, but the things with the little people with big feet. Oh shit!
Hobbits.
Yes, the Hobbits. Where's the Hobbit house? Is that new?
No,
Yeah,
it's
town,
in
and
the
you can go
North
and-
Island. Yeah,
Ah.
it's in the North Island. I've never been, actually.
No. Well, I've never been to New Zealand. I really should pull my finger out. I've been to Tasmania, which is technically Australia, but you've got to get on a plane or a ship to get there. So why not? I should jump on one of those, save up and go on a little cruise from Brisbane to New Zealand. Then I could do a live.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but
My
I must get
sisters
to New
live in
Zealand.
Brisbane.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
there
been
you
there
go.
quite a few times. Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, it's all right here. But New Zealand, from what I can see, is very, very pretty. Lots of green and mountains and, I've got to learn how
It's
to say.
a lot colder here, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't see. Well, she's probably not in the chat. But she could be watching, and if she's watching, I'll give her a shout out. And she said she was going to try and catch me today on here. So if you're happening to be watching, Rose, and I know you're probably not in a chat or anything, but if you happen to be watching, I love you and best of everything for your hubby. All right, mwah, I love you. Yeah, Rose's husband isn't well at the moment, so I'm giving encouragement. But yeah, so but yeah, I love New Zealand. I love New Zealand people. Just got to get there. Very friendly, I reckon.
All right.
Even friendly. Yeah, sorry, Joe. What?
Yeah, I'm going to jump off here because I'm going to eat. I'm not going to eat while I'm on camera. So I'm going to jump off here. And
No.
Love you, ladies.
All right.
Okay. Bye, Joe.
Goodbyes.
Yeah. So what do you do in your spare time, Tanya, aside from moderate on the channels?
And work.
And work, yeah. I suppose that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, that alone is, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get the weekends off, so yeah.
Yeah, and you're on all the time, which is like we're saying, when they're really long live streams. That's it's a lot. That's why I thought they're fun. The problem with the long live streams is you get on with the intention of not staying long, and then it's funny or it's okay and you stay, but it's a long time. It's all right for those bloody Yanks. It's nighttime for them. They can get off and go to bed, but it's our whole day gone here in Australia and New Zealand, and you get off and it's tea time. But that's all right. We're not whinging. We're not whinging.
No, the lives are amazing. Like you don't even realise.
Oh, they are. They're fun.
They go real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. And you just think, and then you look at the clock and you think, oh, crikey. Like I know my kids, I'll get, Mum, and my phone will go pop, 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 and I'll go, how much longer? How much longer?
Yeah.
I want to go to the shops. I want this. Because it's daytime. So I'm being very bad mother and ignoring my children. But yeah, bloody Yanks. I've got the video that I'm working on at the moment. I might have told this story before, but my grandpa was in World War II, and he served in New Guinea, and he was in Darwin when Darwin got bombed. And it's amazing how many people forget that the Japanese bombed Australia. But they did shortly after Pearl Harbor. So Pearl Harbor got hit, and then a couple of months later we did. But my grandpa was there, and the other thing that happened was my nana had just had a baby, so my uncle had just been born, and she was still in Collingwood, which is down in Melbourne. And he said, and so he was away from her in Darwin and New Guinea, and the Americans came to Melbourne, like 15,000 of them, in their beautiful, their American accents like movie stars, and they brought chocolate and they brought nylons and they brought money because they got paid better than our soldiers. And my grandpa would tell stories about bloody Yanks coming here with all their fancy stuff and trying to take our women. So he never had time for bloody Yanks. I don't think anyone calls them Yanks anymore. I think that's a really old-fashioned thing. Oh, you're going to bed, Betty? Oh, there you go. No, Betty, love you. Next time, come on and say hello. But yes, and eat with a shovel. My grandpa, that was the other thing. That's what would bring on a lot of this, because I'd sit there with a plate and a fork and eat like a Yank. And my grandpa would turn around and say, what are you doing? You've got a bloody knife there, use it. And so I'd get into trouble. Eating like a Yank. Yeah, you're gorgeous, Betty. But yeah, I've got a soft spot for America. I hope it gets well soon. But mind you, what's New Zealand like at the moment with I'm not talking politics. I'm just saying, because you've got because the lady left, didn't she? So you've got a new prime minister.
Yeah.
Is he all right?
Yeah.
It's a he. Yeah, it's a he, isn't it? He only looks young. Yeah, he only looks young too. Like he doesn't look, our prime ministers, bloody hell. I don't think we've ever had a good-looking prime minister. Where is Dantix?
Dantix put, I don't know how you do it, Tanya. Your note section must be huge with links. I actually don't have a note section. I just I'm on my laptop and I just copy and paste.
Yeah.
That would be way too much to write all those down.
Isn't coming on because he's got to eat as well. Is it tea time over there? It must be dinner time over there. I tried to time it so it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Do Americans eat late? I eat my dinner about 5:30. 5:30, 6 o'clock I have dinner. What time do you have dinner, Tanya?
Yeah, 5:36. We've just had savings too. So it's actually it's just about 1 o'clock here, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, crikey.
So you're only 2 hours behind.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning here. But can you still hear me, Tanya?
You're sort of cutting in and out.
I don't lose anyone. Give me a sec.
Okay. Oh, no, I don't have a note section on my laptop or anything.
Ooh.
I just cut and paste. That's all.
There we go. All right. I tried a different, Dantex, I've just put it on, tried another. I've got a modem and a router in my home. So I'm usually connected to the router, but I've just connected directly to the modem. So hopefully that'll stop me breaking up. Is it a bit better?
So far.
Fingers crossed.
I'll give you the heads up if it's not. What's that?
Hi, Tanya. If you're still using Windows 11, you can use Windows key V and your list of clipboard saves will be there. Really? Pick the one you want and paste. All good. Do you do what I do? You just open up the person's page and copy and paste? Like you have their page?
I find that easier. I'm sure that's probably good, Blake, but I just stick to what I do.
Yeah, I find that easier too. But Dantex sounds like he does it the hard way. Keeps a little list. Oh, but then I suppose that's the same. If he's got that, he can just go to his little list and highlight and cut and copy and paste. But
and he'd have heaps. He does a lot more modding than I do.
He does. That's why he had a party, I suppose. Nobody came to me. Yeah, no one said, Karen, do you want to say thank you to Dantex? No. But Cassie and Jason did Jason get asked? I don't think Jason said anything. So Jason and I must have got missed in the mix. But that's all right. Can't expect it. They probably would have had a list as long as their arm to go through people to say g'day.
True.
But between actually you and Dantex are probably, no offense to any other moderator in the chat, but just because Dantex and Tanya have been doing this the longest and they just seem to always be there. So they're very good at it. Who are you talking to, Dantex? You're awesome. Yeah, came on. I must be missing something. Did I miss something?
I don't know. I think
there are 18. Oh, okay. 18 shout outs. So you're talking about for you, Dantex, on that thing. I don't know. I think Dantex is having a conversation with someone I can't see. I don't know. Anyway, I was going to say I'm going to put out an episode this week and it won't be my 5 haunting questions. It'll be something else I've been working on. So I'll pop that out this week. Hopefully anyone else's episodes, which I did last week with my live, and I didn't realise that the boys New Reality had their little episode out. So, but that's okay. It was just live. It's not important. But I'll put it out anyway. And then Vivian is going to let me ask her my 5 haunting questions. So I've got that hooked up. Yeah. So because we haven't seen Vivian for a while, so that'll be good to have her on. And I keep asking Sean, and Sean says he'll do it, but then Sean's Sean. He'll get around to it eventually. And then it's only a couple of weeks till I have to get on the plane and go across to America. So while I'm over there, I guess I'll do one with Jason. But then we're going to be really busy doing a lot of, live streaming and quick hellos and things like that. So I don't know how that'll work exactly. I know how it would work here.
I'm so jealous. I wish I was going over.
I tell you what, it took me ages to save for it, and I've saved for it. Now I'm not actually working, but I made sure I paid for it while I was working, because I knew if I just saved for it and then went to do something about it later on, I'd go, oh, I can't, but it's paid for. So I made sure while I was working it was paid for, and I'm doing, I'm okay. Everything's all right. I'm not worried. There's food on the table, but yeah, I thought, oh, this is possibly my last chance to travel overseas, unless I get a good job when I get back. But I'm burnt out by the job I was doing, so I don't know what to do when I get back, if that makes sense. But I'll get a job. I don't have to work. I go crazy if I don't work. I think that's why, guys, I've been putting out so many shorts and things on my channel, because I'm just going crazy. I do my housework and everything, and then I twiddle my fingers and I go, right, that's what I'll do. And I sit down and I'll make something. But, there's the Dantex. Hello, Dantex. I shouldn't say Dantex. That's not your name. But anyway.
I'm good with that. I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, I suppose it's a nickname, isn't it? But so I'm looking forward to going over, and I'm especially I'm really excited about spending time with Cassie and Jason and Ron. But for whatever reason, hey Sheila, I'll tell you in a sec. For whatever reason, I'm super excited about Virginia City. That place, when I went to Virginia City last year, when I first got there, then there was the PEX thing, and for the week after the PEX, because I was there for almost 2 weeks in Virginia City last time, it's just like home. It felt like home. I felt so comfortable. I felt so relaxed. The people are wonderful there. I've got my family here. I've got my country. I love Australia, but oh golly, if I didn't have anything to come home to, would have been hard pressed. I reckon I could have tried to stay. I loved it that much. So I'm super excited about going back. And this time, of course, I'll see different things. The things I didn't realise there was so much to see in Virginia City. There's tons. You should go there one day, Tanya. You really should. I think you'd like it because it's that old time. It's got that nice, not too busy feeling to it. Everybody has time to say hello and be friendly. It's beautiful, like looking out all over the mountains, and there's animals. So, what can you say? But yeah, so yeah, but that'll be my last trip for a while, unless I win the lotto or something. I might win Taps Lotto. If that's the case, I'll buy a house in Virginia City and I'll live there 6 months and live here 6 months. No, I wish. That would be awesome. I'd buy Virginia City. I could win billions and just buy Virginia City. Turn it into Fairy Queen Karen's city. And Princess Tanya can have a house up on the hill. Dantex, you can run pubs. It'll be really good.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, Dantex's bar and grill.
Oh, I like it.
Joe, what's Joe say? Joe says, look at that sexy man called Dantex. Oh gosh. Sheila's asked me before, I'm assuming she means what would I like to do for a job. I've got a little bit of a passion for returned veterans. I know a few people that have lost their sons or daughters to you've got to be careful what you say on the YouTube, but basically the sons or the daughters haven't been able to get the help they need and they haven't coped, so they've left, if you get my drift. So I know that I've got a friend who's trying to get a royal commission investigation into the help that the veterans get when they're suffering from these, like just basically the help you get when you leave. To be honest, when I get back, I'd love to talk to her and see if I can work in that field somehow, just to be of help and assistance, even on a volunteer basis. I don't care if I don't get paid, just to help the veterans, because I don't know. I don't know if they get forgotten, if people forget what it is that they're sacrificing for us when they go over to, Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever. I know my grandpa, for example, that I mentioned before, when he was in World War II, he had, he had trauma from the war. He saw things, and so I know that they didn't get help back then because it wasn't recognised as anything. Like, it was just like, oh yeah, he's a drunk, or oh, he's violent, or he's this. Now at least we recognise what it is. We know what's happening to them, but they're still not getting the proper help. So we're still losing our veterans, which is, or they're homeless. And it breaks my heart. So I've got a lot of passion for them. So I would love to actually do something, work in that area, or like I said, just volunteer, even if it's someone who's feeling down or whatever, find out where they are and go and pick them up and, I don't know, talk to them and take them out for lunch and stuff if I know. But that's where my passion's lying at the moment, but I'm just not quite sure how to do it. So I'll investigate that when I get back from America, and see what I can do. But that would be that. I think would be pretty fulfilling, you know, and it wouldn't be a thankless job, I don't think.
That would be awesome.
Aged care can be a thankless job. And I think that's what stressed me out. Not that I expect everyone to go, thank you. That's not what I mean. You know what I mean. You do a job and you want to come home at the end of the day and feel like you've accomplished something and feel good about yourself. And I used to, but then it's kind of like, nah. I need a new thing. So what's Blake saying? Blake says, sounds like a great thing for you to do. Clearly you know how to talk with people very well, as shown on YouTube videos. People open up to you. Oh, thanks, Blake. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they look at me and think, you're a stupid woman. Why would I want to talk to you? But hospice. Yeah, that's another thing that could be, until the pandemic. Yeah, and that's another field that is, although sad to work in, palliative care, that sort of thing, when that can be good because you're not just helping the person who's being looked after, you're helping the family. So I just want a job that I feel like I'm helping people, not just going to work every day and getting a paycheck. But there you go. That's the end of my little rant. You like my pussycat, Dantex? Can you see?
I was going to say she's pretty.
Yeah.
Siamese.
Puss. I suppose she can. She's was supposed to be a rag doll cat, but she's kind of mixed in with a regular cat, I think. But she's more rag doll than she's anything else. She's a real smoocher. I've got two other cats. Black, and because of where I am, I can't quite see him. But one's a black rag doll, and he's just really fluffy. And but she's very affectionate. She always wants to be around. I like her.
Yeah, we had one that looks almost exactly like that. She was just a Siamese. She was a blue seal point.
Oh, they're
she
beautiful.
Was that kind of gray, the kind of like light gray color. It had the Siamese markings.
What's your name, Karen?
My daughter's named her Yuki, which is Japanese for snow. But I don't call her Yuki. I just call her Puss Puss. I say, Puss Puss. Puss Puss, what you doing? Hello, baby. Yeah, and when she's naughty, I say Yuki. Paul says, Karen, when you get stateside, are you able to try this pizza place called Your Pie? All right, I'll ask Jason. He'll be driving me around. I'll ask Jason if we can try Your Pie. I don't mind pizza. American pizza is really nice. I don't know what Tanya thinks about pizza. I don't eat it all that often because it can be, depending on where you get it from, it can be overly filling, a bit oily, if they don't cook it properly. I like pizza that's on the bottom, there's hardly any oil, and it's nice and sort of crispy on the outside, and then nice toppings. The Red Dog pizzas were really good in Virginia City. They were really good. They were like that. They weren't greasy at all on the bottom. But I'm not, because I tend to feel really crooked because I don't stop. I just keep eating the pizza and then you're like, but I will. So Your Pie, I'll make sure I mention that to Jason. There has to be a Your Pie somewhere near him. I think Jason said he's going to pick me up and take me to the Waffle House. And then we're going to Big W, I was going to say. We're going to Walmart, my favorite American store. And we're going to get some food to cook for dinner. So, cool. That's good. Brick oven pizza. That's what I like. So I'll get to try waffles. I've never had waffles, Tanya, ever. And I thought,
I don't think I have either.
No, I sometimes
waffles are good.
Never had a waffle. I've seen them plenty of times, like you see a waffle maker or something. But I've had to think about it, and I thought I really don't remember ever trying a waffle. Pancakes all the time, pancakes or but never a waffle. So I'll get to have a waffle for the first time when I get to America. So there you go.
you're gonna have to tape your reaction. First one,
Well, yeah.
first piece.
Yeah.
I'll give Jason my phone and I'll say, okay, you film me, because he's good at filming. I'm useless. Mine would be all shaky. But yeah, I'll get to, because yeah. So I don't know, but
Yeah,
we
you could do a
call-
food review. That'd be really good
Yeah.
because I've never been there. I've
Yeah.
heard about biscuits and gravy. I have no
Oh,
idea what that tastes
Tanya.
like.
Oh,
So
Tanya.
good.
You know what it kind of tastes like, but not really, but kind of the texture. You know, a normal scone, you know, if we cook a scone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That texture, that's the texture of the biscuit, but it's not sweet or anything. And I'm wondering, actually, I should look at how they make a biscuit. But yeah, when it came out, I ordered it a couple of times, but it came out and they put sausage on top, like so so it's biscuit and gravy, and then there's like little sausage meat chopped up in the gravy.
Pepper, you gotta have pepper on it too.
Oh, it was just delicious, and I thought, why don't we have that? Like, why aren't we cooking that? I don't know, but yeah, I must really get the recipe for that, because I don't think it's hard to make. But yeah, the texture is kind of like a scone, as if you've got a scone and doused it in gravy, I guess, but a little bit thicker, more bready, but that scone consistency, if that makes it doesn't taste like bread, and it's not a scone, but it's somewhere in between in texture. But delicious. If you ever go to America, Tanya, that's the first thing I wanted to eat when I got there. But Jason said the Waffle House, so I'll go with the Waffle House. I'll go with the Waffle House. Oh
So
yeah.
what do they call scones? Do they have scones over there?
Yeah. Do you have scones, Dantex?
I think so. No.
Well, hang on. Well, I'll tell everyone a scone here, if you make it, depends who's making it, but generally speaking, it's flour, butter, egg. What else, Tanya? And I think a bit of milk. Butter, milk.
Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah.
I think that's it. Butter, and you sort of rub the butter through the flour, and then you break an egg into it, stir it around, a little bit of milk. If you're making a sweet scone, you can put a bit of sugar. If you're making just a plain scone, you just would leave it, because usually our flour is pretty salty. Hey, Helena. And then you make it into little bits and bobs, and you stick it in the oven, and it comes up. It does look a bit like a biscuit. Maybe that.
I say it looks like almost sounds like a biscuit. The same way you make a biscuit.
Maybe it is what a biscuit is. Oh. Well, that's easy. But it's not. Our scones are a little bit more flaky. The biscuits were thicker. So I'll have a look at how they make it. I know there's on the YouTube, you can watch how people make biscuits. But yeah, delicious.
So isn't that funny? Like their scones, our scones are their biscuits. Our biscuits are their cookies.
Yes. They're bloody Yanks.
Yeah.
I know we're weird here.
Well, it's funny though, because I think Australia and New Zealand, because we're all, I think we're sort of more from the British side of things, Australia, because we're still part of the Commonwealth. The same as Canada. Canada is very much like the way different things we refer to are very similar with the Canadians. And then the Americans, I guess, because they broke away from England, they just broke away, and so they changed the names of certain things, I guess. But yeah, it's interesting. But it's some things are the same, but they're just called. It's just different. Like jelly, we call jelly like the wobbly one. You call it Jello. For us, that's jelly. And we say jam. I think you have jam, but you call what we call jam, you call jelly. It's so jam to us is what you get out of a jar and you spread on bread or whatever and make a sandwich, like peanut butter and jam sandwich, but you call it a jelly sandwich.
Yeah, ours is jelly. Yeah.
Yeah, yours is jelly. But yeah, so it gets you. And even I realized too, when I was going into the coffee shop in Virginia City, and they'd make me a coffee, and they'd say, "Do you want cream?" And I go, "Yeah, okay." But they've got it's a little bit different. It's like coffee and milk, but you call it coffee and cream, but it's actually cream, like it's cream. What, not milk? Does that, like, it got very confusing for me. So in the end, I was having a mocha latte, I think it was, a mocha, and they would put cream, proper cream at the top. Oh, it's a wonder I got back on the plane and didn't, what's Joe say? We have jelly and jam, kind of sort of the same. There are some differences. Oh, yeah. Well, I think the jam is what we call conserve, Tanya, where it's really thick. It's got chunks of fruit
It has
in
the
it.
fruit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think ours is preserves.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm just going to enjoy going into the supermarket part of Walmart because and they had when I was in Walmart, you know how you get in Australia we can only get the one kind. It's like a creamer that you can put in your coffee. It's a powdered thing. It's called, I can't remember it's probably called creamer, but it's powder, and you can put it in your coffee and instead of milk. And Coffee Mate, that's it. We've only got one kind of Coffee Mate, and it's in a red container, and it's just called Coffee Mate. I went into Walmart, and they've got like a shelf full of it's Coffee Mate, same thing, same brand, but all different flavors. So you can get vanilla, and there was there was just all different flavors, and I'm like, I didn't know and the cake section. The cake section's just about as big as, well, the Walmart I went to. The cake section was humongous. It had aisles of different cakes, angel food cake, lemon this, and like tons and tons of cakes, some I had never heard of before. And I went, and I actually brought a couple, but I could only have one. Hey, Bill, I could only have one particular, like I couldn't eat a whole cake by myself, but I did buy an angel food cake. I had one slice. And yeah, so I'm a bit excited. So I'm trying to lose weight, a hell of a lot of weight, but I know that when I get there, I'm going to put it all back on because I'm just going to be, I want that. And then I'll come home and be really upset. I was a little upset after I'm used to our supermarket again, but because I'd been to Walmart a couple of times in the supermarket at Walmart, coming back here to our supermarkets, it's very depressing. Our supermarkets, they're crap. Compared to the Walmart supermarket, our supermarkets are really crappy. Like you walk in and you go, there's not much of variety there. You walk into Walmart and just about anything you could possibly want, Walmart's got. But here you walk in, it's kind of like a poor man's Walmart. What does Helena say?
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're right. I remember the first time I went to America and I wanted to go to a Walmart and Target, and I took pictures like it was some tourist attraction. Me too, Helena. I made a video. Here I am in Walmart. It's
Did
pretty.
Jason take you to the Supercenter one? Or was it just a regular Walmart?
It was a supercenter. Yeah, I drove there. I went there. I think the first day I went there, I got Ron and Cassie, because Ron was used to driving on the wrong side of the road. I'm not. So I said, you can drive my rental. But I think we went in there. I can't remember. That's the day on the way back where I saw the wild horses and made them pull over. And Cassie's going, don't feed them, because I was trying to give them a carrot. You'll get in trouble. But yeah, then I drove back there myself, and I just walked around and around and around, and I still didn't walk through the whole shop. It was massive. I reckon you could do a walk of that shop maybe one way and then back the other way, and you would have done at least 20 kilometers, I reckon.
Yeah, usually it's one side is the grocery store, and then one side is kind of the clothing area.
And then there was like a gardening area, and they've got and Tanya, they've got a hairdressing shop in there, so you walk into the Walmart, you've got your supermarket on that side, you've got kind of like a Kmart happening on that side. Then at the end, there's like a Bunnings, and then behind you, there's a row of shops. So I think there was a nail technician, a hairdresser's, a chemist, like a proper drugstore or whatever. Yep. I can't say enough. They should pay me to to make an ad. An Australian Walmart. No, but yeah. Well, it was a super centre, I think. So I haven't seen a small Walmart yet. I probably will. Maybe one that's a small one where Jason is. And Warm Strong Adventures, better known as Bill, he's in the chat. He's coming here. I think he's leaving America on the 11th, but he's coming here to the Brisbane airport. So I'm going to collect him from the airport if he still wants me to, and grab him a cup of coffee and then drop him off wherever he needs to go. So I'll get to meet somebody from
That's cool.
someone who's actually coming from America to Australia. So there you go. But he's only
when you go out of the airport back home, do you have an extra suitcase full of stuff?
When I went last time, I went with carry-on only. I had to buy a suitcase at Walmart. That's why I went to Walmart, because I bought clothes, which, like the dress I'm wearing now, I got that in Virginia City. So I'm going to bring more of them back because these are so comfortable. But yes, I had some toys. I had what else? I brought jewelry while I was in Virginia City, and I don't wear jewelry, but I couldn't help it. It was so pretty. It was in Indian.
The turquoise?
American Indians, Native American jewelry. But it was made like in the 1930s by a particular Native American artist, and I couldn't help it, so I brought it. So it's more like, to be quite honest, I've worn it one or two times, but it's so pretty to look at. I've actually just got it sitting because he's carved it all. It's so pretty. So yes, sorry. In answer to your question, yes, I brought back a suitcase.
No food in there?
No, I was a bit worried about bringing food, but this time I'm going to try, because when I got back to Australia, I had a hankering for some beef jerky. And of course, I'd eaten the stuff that you get in Virginia City, which comes from a little shop in Virginia City, and it was really yummy. And we've got it here, but it's crap. Like, I brought a bag and I went, oh, yuck. So I think I'll bring back a couple of bags of beef jerky. I think if it's unopened, you're allowed to do that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I'll bring back some of that. And there's some cookies there that I liked as well, but I can't remember what they're called at the moment. And some cheese. Yes, so I'll be bringing back some American snacks. And if they take them out the suitcase, they do. I'm just worried that they'll lose my suitcase. That's what I'm petrified about.
Is it a lot to send yourself a package?
No, that's the other thing I'm thinking of. Jason did say that postal cost has gone down quite a fair bit in America now from when it was before. So I might try that, to be quite honest. I might, because I'm only coming over with carry-on. I travel really light. I just take my toothbrush, some toothpaste, a little bit of shampoo, one or two things to wear, and then I'll just grab the rest while I'm over there. And that's why generally I'm coming back with a suitcase, because I've grabbed some new clothes and I've got to come back. So just, a pair of shoes or whatever. But that's all I had last time. Except I've learned, when I came last time, I did bring shampoo and conditioner and stuff. And because it was in bottles about this big, when I got to customs to go through, they wouldn't let me take it. On the American end, he said, you're not allowed to bring bottles out.
They have to be the little small. I
was already in. And he said, you can't have them. And I went, well, they're brand new, not been opened. So can you please take them home to your wife so they don't get wasted? I said, because they cost me a fair bit of money. Like, it's silly. I was already there. Why not just chuck it back in my bag and go, all right, well, next time. So I think I might just buy my toothpaste, shampoos and stuff at Walmart. That'll do. I'll just bring my toothbrush.
Just tell Jason to swing on by the Walmart right on the way home.
Yeah. Oh, well, he said he would anyway, because he's going to buy some food to cook dinner. So there you go.
Oh, there you go.
I wonder if Jason actually cooks me dinner. That'd be pretty cool. I'll just sit back and watch. I'll sit back and watch a man cook. That's exciting. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I noticed Blake mentioned the chicken fried steak. Have you even tried that one yet? Have you?
Remind me of what a chicken fried steak is, because I think I did.
It's a piece of steak that's kind of beaten. It's flattened out a little bit, and it's battered like chicken and fried.
Yeah, it's like a schnitzel.
Except it's beef instead of
chicken. Yes, I did. And it was just like a beef schnitzel. So we call it, like, it's basically a piece of pounded beef and bread. Yeah. So yes, I did.
With the gravy over it.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as I liked the biscuits and gravy. And they do make one of my favorite things to eat is eggs Benedict, and the Bonanza in Virginia City made a really yummy eggs Benedict, so I had one of them. But you can get those, they taste the same here, it's just as nice, but yeah, they did make a really nice one there, so that was pretty cool.
Helena.
Oh, you're going, Helena? Where is she? She's off. Oh, good night, Helena. No, Jason's not joining tonight. I think Jason's all he had a chat with myself and Cassie yesterday just in a Zoom, but I think today's a family day with the kiddies, or family evening. Who knows? He could be lurking, but yeah, he did say he wasn't going to come on. I said, would you like to come on? He goes, no. So stuff Jason then. But yeah, no, he's probably watching movies with the kids or something. Because that's the thing. You could live your life on here if you wanted to. You could just put on a diaper and sit in a chair all day. Like, really, it gets that bad. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I had to cut back watching stuff because I was like on it constantly, and it's like, okay, I need to step away for a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying, because what was it, Dantex? Was it not yesterday? Cassie's live stream for her birthday.
Yeah.
And then
Thursday.
Yeah. And Joe often pops on, and Joe's can go for a long time too. And Tanya knows this because she's probably in the bloody moderating, but it can get a little. So I thought, for me personally, I'll just keep Sundays for me, Sunday, Saturday night for you guys, just like this is now, and just an hour or an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops, and then I'll set an alarm. That's it, 2 hours. Because otherwise, for us, like I was saying before, for Tanya and I, this is daytime. This is our daytime. So Tanya's in the afternoon now. It's after 1 o'clock there. It must be near 2, is it? 2 o'clock now?
No, 1:30, yeah.
Oh, there you go. So 1:30 in the afternoon for Tanya. It's now 11:30 a.m. for me. So if I were to stay on for 5 or 6 hours, my day's gone. And that's what happens. So when Cassie was having her birthday live, by the time I got off, I had to get off because it was tea time for us, for dinner time. So I've got family I've got to cook for. So yeah, it can be. You can kind of spend your days and think, oh my God, I had so much to do. The daylight's gone. And whereas because it's reversed for you guys, it's the evening. So chances are that you're probably just sitting there not doing much anyway. But during the day, it's a bit tricky. But
yeah, because it's 6:30 p.m. here. So
yeah,
it's already late Saturday night.
Yeah, so that's when where are you, Dantex? You're on the.
I'm on the West Coast on Pacific time.
Yeah, so, and that's all right because it starts to get later. Same as with Tanya, she's in the afternoon because she's further away from where I am, whereas I'm just in the morning. We're only 2 hours apart. That's not too bad, is it, for New Zealand and Australia? Yeah. So, and it's 9:30 p.m. where Paul is. I think Paul's in the same part as, like, in the same area as Joe.
Yeah, East Coast, I think he wrote.
Yeah. So there you go. So I just wanted today to be I really wanted to get Tanya on. That was Tanya, and I like to have you on too, Dantex, because Dantex is the same as you, Tanya.
I want to come on too.
Yeah, like oftentimes, maybe I should just keep Sundays for you two. No problem. But you can come on. But yeah, I think it's really important to remind people who's helping us. Like, it's not, like me, I'm just a new channel, so I'm still learning. But like Jason, Cassie, Joe, and some of the other channels too, like, they all appreciate what you guys do because you remind people you know, or you'll be in the chat and you'll go, oh yeah, you know, and you'll pop up a link or something, because I can miss heaps of stuff in the chat because it's very hard to talk and then do that. I've got to learn how to do it though, because if I come on one Sunday and you guys aren't here, oh, if there's only 3 people watching, I'll go, guys, go cook your dinner. I'll talk to you next week. But then that's 3 people that have tuned in just to say hello, so I shouldn't be like that. But maybe I can invite them in and we can all talk on here. But yeah, so yeah. Did you hear me say Vivian's going to do the 5 haunted questions with me, Dantex? I can't remember if you were on.
No, I missed that part.
Yeah, I asked because I've asked Sean a couple of times and he's gone, yeah. And then he doesn't get back to me. But that's all right.
Such a Sean. No.
He's such a Sean. He'll get back eventually. He said he'll do it one day. Pigs might fly too, but you never know. but yeah, I spotted Vivian. I sent her a message and I said, would you like to do it with me? Because I know she hasn't released any videos for a while, but I know she's trying to concentrate on something else she's doing. So I thought, you know, plus she's interesting. So I thought I'll grab her on as well.
Yeah, I think I saw the post that she put on Instagram about PECs.
Oh, what did I miss?
She says she's working on it. They are going to try to have one. I'm assuming this year, but she says they're working on it. And there's supposed to be one special guest, and we're supposed to guest 2.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
The new reality. Sheila, there you go, because Sheila just asked that question, is there going to be another PEX convention this year? Well, there's the answer, Sheila, possibly. Yeah, it just depends where don't know where they're having it. That's the
she didn't give any hints on the little clip. It was just the little ghosty flashing, and she had the questions asked. But I think I posted it on my Instagram in my stories.
I'll have to have a look. I'll have to, because I often forget to go into the Instagram and even bother to look. I've got an Instagram because Jason said, you should have. Or was it Jason? Maybe it was Cassie. Someone said you should have one because it'll. Like when I'm away, I can put little things on the Instagram, but I'm not very good with all those apps and things. I'm getting better with YouTube and Facebook. I'm okay with because I've used that for God knows how many years. But yeah, when it comes to Instagram or Twitter, I won't have a TikTok because of the well, my son said, Mum, don't use the TikTok, and he's in the army, and his girlfriend works for security in the Defence Force, and she said, don't put your stuff on a TikTok, and so that's because of who owns it, I think. So Twitter's safer, at least that's owned by Elon. No matter what people think of him, I think he's all right. He's clever.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah. Hello, Mike. There's I'm probably not going to be on for much longer, but because people have to get their dinner and do their gardening and hang out their washing and stuff like that. But what's the matter, Daniel? My PayPal doesn't work on weekends. Oh, all right. It has a weekend off. Daniel, don't worry about giving me anything, sweetheart. No, I don't. I don't have anything like that. I've only got a PayPal account. So don't worry. You've shouted me lunch already twice. It's all good. I get very embarrassed when anyone gives me a treat. It's like it's there because I've got to be sensible, and it is going to help. Like it is going to help when I'm there because it'll buy me a couple of feeds, but still I feel very uncomfortable. I'm certainly not a wheel spinning person, that's for sure. No.
I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Oh, look, I'm not going to say much else other than what was happening if it had have only happened maybe once a week, and it was kind of fun. Like it wasn't, I understand, it was kind of fun, the wheel and the whatever, but it got a little bit too much. And then when people didn't get their things, and it was kind of sad, to be honest, in the end. But anyway, it is what it is. Never mind.
Because a lot of us met on there.
Yeah.
So it's sad.
Well, we did. I mean, that's how I met Cassie and Crow, and yeah, and I wouldn't have any of the friends I've got if it hadn't have been for the fact that I found that channel. But it's just sad for everybody in the end. It's just really, really sad. It could have still been something wonderful. But you know, greed is a terrible thing. So, you know, you learn from your lessons, and maybe one day, because he's only young, isn't he? How old was he? How old is he? Oh no, he's old enough to know better.
39.
Oh no, well then, sorry, no, he's old enough to know better. If you were late 20s or something, you can learn, lessons learned. But then it's still a lesson learned. Maybe later on, you know, he'll have a little think about what happened and all that sort of thing, you know. Hey, Ron.
Yeah, that kind of that bothered me a lot because that's kind of where I started.
Yeah. Look, and that's the thing. Like, I try to be nice about everybody, and I can get cranky when I know that people have done the wrong thing. And I did get awfully cranky with that particular person because of some things that happened on that pet weekend. But up until that point, I was kind of thinking and wishing, oh gosh, can't you just, you know, say you're sorry and admit that you did something stupid, and I don't know, just fix it, because he was right. You know, just fix it, please. But it just couldn't be fixed, you know. So, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean another couple of years down the track, maybe when someone grows up a little, can come back and go, hey, I really stuffed up and I'm really sorry. And because you can forgive people if they admit their mistakes.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough of that. but yeah, I'm glad I met everybody though. I know.
I like what Ron wrote. Hey, Fantex. I'm a fan.
I hope the party was all right, Ron. Because Cassie's just having birthday parties all weekend, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
She had a birthday week.
Maisie's in here somewhere. Yeah. Hey, Maisie, did I say hello to you? I'm sorry if I didn't.
Hi, Maisie.
Yeah, I wonder if they have another PEX. I wonder where they have it. I know that they were looking at trying to go out Florida way, like out that side. I don't know about Florida, but, you know, out that way, because I think like there's a lot of investigators that are more out that way than they are on the West Coast.
Yeah, I think it was War Party was trying to get them to come there because they got that yesteryear village that they always go to. That they do the schoolhouse and all that.
Yeah, that's the one. I saw that yesteryear village years ago on Ghost Adventures. They went there. There's a whole episode where they go there. And, yeah, they said they got all the houses from different parts of the country. And so, you know, and I remember that episode with Ghost Adventures, and I think it's Aaron is up in the – I clearly remember that. The American flag falls over. Aaron is up in the rooftop in a bird cage, it looked like, from memory, gets pulled over, and I'm like, ooh. So I don't know anymore. But it was a good episode. Like, it had me hooked. I was always hooked with. I was always waiting. The funny thing is, I could watch Ghost Hunters, right? I love Ghost Hunters. I just loved that show because Ghost Hunters would come on. They'd talk about where they were going. They'd show how they set up, which I enjoyed. Like, we'll put a camera here, we'll put a camera there. I really liked that. And then they'd do their investigation. And then who's the two silly ones that would always be daring each other to do? Steve, the ex-policeman, and the boy from New York. I can't remember their names, but they'd always do something silly, like dare someone to eat a bug, or and they'd always be so it was kind of relaxing to watch it. There was never scary, like there was never any like, you know, oh, I don't want you to go in there by yourself or anything. And they never went anywhere by themselves, which was also made you relax a little bit. But then tune in to watch Ghost Adventures. someone would go somewhere by themselves. It was always, there'd be sometimes some funny things would happen, but most of the time you were kind of on edge and thinking, oh my God, I know they must have got out of here okay because they've made an episode, but you'd be really like, it'd be a bit scary to watch because you'd think, why are you going in there? Like, don't go in there. Don't send him in there alone. Don't lock him down there by himself. I didn't like it as much as I enjoyed Ghost Hunters. I wish they still made Ghost Hunters, but never mind. Ugh. What have I missed? Anything? No, everyone's just listening to us talk. We must be gripping. I bet you they're all multitasking. Ron's probably watching something else on telly and just glancing at the phone every now and then. Poor Ron, he's going to be stuck with me for almost just over a week. Cassie, I think we meet up with them on the 27th or 27th of April. So from then until around about May 5th, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about May 5th, they'll have to put up with me. But Ron's going to cook me a yummy barbecue dinner, apparently, so that's going to be nice. And then I think him and Jason will probably go off and be, bosom buddies for a little while. And Cassie and I can collect our devices. Cassie can take me shopping.
Oh, there you go. We can have a girls' night.
Yeah, we can have a girls' night. I said to Cassie, you should get somewhere to go, like that place where she caught the EVP or something, and her and I can just go off and stay the night in a haunted place and let the boys just do what boys do, which is drink beer and talk crap.
And give us lives from the hot tub.
Yes, well, I'm a bit unsure about that live from the hot tub. I said, if I get in, all the water will splash out. So I don't know. There could be calls of a beached whale from the hot tub area if I get in, but that's all right. I've been saying, I like the bubbles. I might change it in the background there. I've got bubbles. I was hoping the bubbles sort of move, but I don't know how to do that. But either way, they're bubbles. I'll put in a different picture next time. I don't know. I like playing with all this stuff. But there you go. It's almost 12 o'clock. Should we end this at 12 o'clock, Tanya? What do you reckon? That'd be nice. That'd be, 1.5 hours of us talking rubbish?
Yep.
And then, have you had your dinner yet, Dantex?
No, not yet.
Oh,
I had a little snack before I came on.
Oh, well, that's all right.
I'm not really that hungry.
No.
I'll snack on something probably a little later before.
I've got to go outside because it will be 12 midday. So I have promised my daughter, she's got her bedroom window faces the side fence, that goes down the side of the house. And there's room there. I've got some plants planted, but she said I would open my curtains more, Mum, if I had something pretty to look at. So I'm going to go out there. I've got a whole heap of beautiful potted plants. I'm going to put them up on a bench and put a little watering system in and a few decorations on the thingo so then she can look out and see just plants. So that's what I'll spend my afternoon doing. Oh, and I've got a cubby house to finish painting because I've got this is how excited I get. I've got a grandson now. He's only nearly 4 months old, but I got really excited and I ordered a cubby house, a wooden one. So I put the wooden cubby house together and I've painted it, but it needs a few touching things. And I thought, it's going to be a couple of years before he's using the cubby house, but I still got really excited and made a cubby house. So I put that in my fernery and I'm going to turn it into like a fairy garden with a little pond. And so by the time he's ready to use it, it'll be perfect. The things to do. 3 a.m. Maisie is in Scotland. I keep forgetting. One day I'm going to get to Scotland, Maisie. That's definitely on my bucket list because I've got friends in Scotland, so I know that I wouldn't have to pay for accommodation. So I could, although I probably would because I don't like annoying people either. I like to, just in case you snore at night time or something. It's probably nice to have a hotel room. At least in Scotland, I could probably get a hotel room that's haunted. Except, you know what? I'll tell you the truth. The miner's cabin, how when I was in Virginia City, I actually stayed in that 3 nights in a row, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be really honest. And, Daniel wants to come in. We're only on for another 10 minutes, Daniel. But I'll be really honest. When I was staying in the miner's cabin, I was a bit nervous, a bit on edge. And I don't know if it's because of the stories I heard, or if it's because the door to the miner's cabin doesn't lock properly, or if it's because I could hear people walking around outside at late hours of night, obviously trying to get photographs of the miner's cabin when I was sleeping in it. I don't know, but the whole time I was there, or when I would walk in, I would say, "Hey guys, I'm back. Please don't annoy me. I'm tired. I want to sleep." But I slept with all the lights on. I was really weird, and I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. It's strange. So maybe I think I was just, I was there by myself. I was just whatever. But then I slept on other hotel rooms by myself and not an issue. But there was an issue, and I don't know why. What do you reckon? I reckon I was just nervous because I was by myself and all the noise, and because I had to put the couch in front of the door because it wouldn't lock properly. And I was in America, and there could have been a serial killer, so you never know.
Wow. You thought of it all already.
That's probably why I didn't sleep.
So nothing happened there?
Nah. Oh, well, no, not at all. Not to me. I just felt uneasy the whole time, but I think that's what it was. I think I just felt uneasy because of the stories you hear told, but nothing happened. The only thing that happened was there's a ginger cat that lives at the gold miners at that hotel. I've gone Gold Hill Hotel, I think it's called, hotel. They've got a ginger cat that lives there, a resident cat. And I got home one night from somewhere, and he was out front of the cabin door, and I had beef jerky and I had some other stuff. And I said, "Come on, Puss." And in he came. He followed me in. He come into the kitchen. I put down a little bowl of water for him, and I had beef jerky, and I broke it all up into bits. And he was happily eating that. And I thought, oh, cool. He can stay here and sleep with me. So I shut the door. And I went back and got on the end of the bed, and he's still eating. And then he wandered in and he rubbed against my legs, and I gave him a pat. And then he stared up at so the bed is sort of like against the wall, and then there's a little window there to like next to it, and then the door to lead out. Well, the pussycat come in, he rubbed against my legs, gave him a pat, and then he looked up at the window, and how cats' hair stands up, like if they're like you'll see them sort of, and he did that.
Called that the Halloween cat look.
Yeah, and he went meow at the window, and I'm thinking, oh, someone's coming from the window, so I felt a bit like, and I'm like, I looked sideways, and there's no one looking through the window because I still had the, and then he just went cray, he wanted out, but it wasn't because I shut the door. I think it was just something scripted. And I opened the door and I let him out, and I stood there in the doorway, and I'm like, thanks. I'm just about to go to sleep. And as soon as he got out the door, he just sort of sat there and he just stared at me again. The pussycat did. I'm like, come back in. Come back in and sleep with me, pussycat. So I'm not alone. And then I went in and I said, if there was something just there now and you've scared that pussycat, how dare you? Because now I have to sleep alone. And I said, don't annoy me. And I left all the lights on, and I had to push the couch up against the door because it wasn't locking. The lock was broken. And I got into bed and I went, ugh. And I eventually fell asleep through exhaustion. I think that's after I got back. That was after we'd investigated the Washoe Club. So I just like,
oh, the Washoe Club. Have you?
Yeah,
did you see the dead cat in the Washoe Club Museum?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
There's like a mummified cat they found either on the grounds or in a mine or something, and they've got it there in the museum.
Why would they put that there? Just put the thing in the rubbish bin.
I'm just a messenger. I didn't make the cat die.
The rubbish will bury him. But yeah, so that's the only weird kind of, well, and it might not have been weird. It might have just been the cat wanted out, but it was just the way he reacted, and because he was staring at the window, and he was fine. He was fine. He was just rubbing him. He just had a feed, and he was getting the pat, and then he just went, he kind of, and the hair, and I went, what? And I'm looking, and he's, and then he just wanted out, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, so that put me off a bit. I would never stay there again by myself. I don't know why. And I'm not saying it was paranormal, anything. I'm just saying that 3 nights I was there, I didn't get much sleep, to be quite honest.
You talking about the Washoe? You mean the Washoe?
No, if I stayed in the Washoe, I could sleep there like nobody's business. There's nothing feels funny or off about that place. The Washoe, like it's not a place you walk into and go, oh, I don't like this. And most of the time, the miners' cabin was fine. Like during the day, it was fine. But like I say, I think it was me. I think I was spooking myself. I honestly don't think there was anything that wrong. I think it was just because of a few things mixed, being there by myself, knowing that people were driving up and taking photos, feeling a little bit unsafe maybe was making me feel like that. But the cat, that was weird.
And was that like your first nights there? Or?
That was my second night. My first night, oh, hang on. Yeah, that was my second night there. That was a Saturday night. So maybe that wasn't the Washoe Club. No, that was after the Mackie Mansion. Yeah, it wasn't the Washoe Club. So the Saturday night was then, and Sunday night, I can't remember. And I think that night too, that's when I'd let, I've forgotten her name, Jade from Ghost
Club.
Yeah, Jade from Ghost Club. I'd let her go in there, and I said, look, the miners' cabin, and here's the key. I've got to go to Mackie Mansion. I've got to go to Mackie Mansion. Here's the key. You're welcome to go to my room and see if you can get anything. So she did an episode on it, but maybe they stirred up some trouble while I was gone, and that's what annoyed the pussycat. But yeah, but there is no. I've been researching. There's no actual proof that pussycats and doggies can see ghosts.
No, there isn't.
There's no actual scientific proof, but mind you, sometimes. Oh, who's got a cookie clock?
But there's no proof we can see them either.
No, I know. There's no proof anywhere. But is that your cuckoo clock, Dantex?
That's my cuckoo clock. Everybody hears it on the live streams. Whenever there's a live stream on one.
I want a cuckoo clock. I'd love a cuckoo clock. I used to have one. It was when my first husband was German, and his mum brought one out. They're not cheap. A proper cuckoo clock from Germany. She brought me one, but then through all my moving and stuff, it got broken and never worked. I was very disappointed. I went to look at one, and there's something like in Australia, anywhere from $800 up to $3,000 or $4,000 for a cuckoo clock.
Yeah, some of them get pretty elaborate looking too.
Yeah. Oh, well, there were some really pretty ones with little people that dance, and but I'm just happy with one little blue bird that comes out and goes cuckoo. That'll do.
Yeah, that's what this one is. It's just a little small one. It's not even finished. It's just the white wood, but it's got the little cuckoo that comes out, and I have to pull the chains up every night. Once or twice a day.
Yeah, the chains. Yeah, I'd love one of them.
I have a burning question.
Yeah, what is it?
It's for Tanya. Did you and Jason settle the R in your name, Tanya?
Um,
Did you guys talk?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. Because
I think it was just talk. He had a few drinks, so yeah.
Yes.
Well, he has a tendency to believe what he thinks is true, and it doesn't. It astonishes him when he finds out he's wrong, especially when it's doing worse.
Well, that's all right. I'm not even sure I'm saying it right, but I just say Tanya now, which I think I'm saying it right, aren't I? Because Tanya is.
We'll say that other name was invented on a channel we don't speak of openly, and so it's carried over here, and everybody says it. And I'm very sensitive to people's names, and that's why I wondered if that had ever gotten straightened out with him. So anyway.
Oh, I'm sure
it doesn't worry me what you call me. I don't like Tanya.
Oh,
no offense to you, Karen, but I don't like Tanya. So you can, yeah.
No, but it's yeah. I had a little friend when I was a little girl. I had a friend, and her name was Tanya Keeley. That was her name. I wonder what she's doing nowadays. But her name was Tanya, and when we first met, I said Tanya, and she goes, "It's not Tanya, it's Tanya." Tanya. And so I knew to call her Tanya. But when you just look at the name initially, it's spelled Tanya, but it's Tanya. It's R on the A, so Tanya. Or
It
Yes,
might
it's
just
the
be my accent.
Only way to
too.
get Americans to say it even close to being correct.
yeah, because
What?
Tanya here would be Tanya.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
With the,
Tanya.
yeah, with the Y instead of an I.
Oh no, Paul. I'm going in a minute anyway, mate, because it's lunchtime here, and I've got to do work today. And look, even the clock is chiming.
See,
clock
mine's
is-
early. I think I need to adjust the pendulum on it to slow it back down. It's getting too fast again.
Hey Daniel, did you notice that Tanya was wearing a crown today? Because she's my fairy princess.
I can see it, but I didn't know it was a crown.
Yes, it's a little crown. See?
Congratulations,
Yeah, she's like,
princess, fairy princess for a day.
yeah, that's right. Oh gosh.
Do I need to find me a little crown? Can I?
Yeah, if you
I'll have to
can.
go to the store and find me a crown.
Yeah, get a little crown. You can wear a little king's crown. There you go. You can be
Yeah.
king of the fairy
Yeah.
people. So, what are you up to this week, Dantex? Anything interesting?
Nope. Gonna try to catch up on some of the shows that I missed during the week.
Oh golly! And
Oh
what
dang,
about
I have
you?
to do that too. I've missed
Oh,
a bunch
really?
of shows.
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
know. Exploring Harley had an episode, but I was watching his live stream that he was doing on the one other channel.
Oh,
I forgot
yeah.
the name of it.
Yeah.
And then he had his premiere at the same time, so I was kind of like listening to one and watching the other. But there's a couple other
It is
episodes I
hard.
wanted to make sure to watch.
It's hard. There's a lot of episodes pop up, and I go, "Oh, I must watch that." So I usually just right click and say open another tab. So I've got tabs all open on episodes I want to watch. But I tend to do it more. Probably Tanya does as well. I tend to do it more when I'm ready to go to bed, and I'll just be on my laptop in bed and watch until eventually my eyes are going like that, and I think time to close the laptop, time to go to sleep. But yeah.
Yeah. Nope, that's all I really have planned. Just try to catch up on some of the shows I wanted to really watch because there's some pretty good ones that happened this week. So. And I
So-
do a little bit of sharing for tomorrow because I know there's a couple episodes popping up tomorrow. So,
I've been following a show 24/7. It's called The Ex-President Melodrama.
Mm.
I
You don't
think
know
I've
what?
seen that one.
Which
You haven't seen the news, but our ex-president in the headlines.
Oh yeah, he'll be all right. It's just because he paid some prostitute or something or porn star.
Well,
wasn't it?
it's kind of entertaining. And I don't know how it is for other people, but no matter, I don't know. It's just entertaining to me.
Yeah. I just figure, to be quite honest with what's happening with Mr. Trump at the moment, the history of the American presidents and the shit that they get up to and don't get into trouble with, if this is just all about the fact that he paid some porn star some money to be quiet, sorry, Mr. Clinton got his doodle sucked under the desk and got his wrist slapped. Nixon, hello, if this is it, he'll be out of trouble by next week. He should just let him make a movie about it. Like, who gives a shit? She's a porn star. Whoop whoop. He gave her some money to say shut up. Whoop whoop. Clinton ruined the girl's life. So I'm not a fan.
I guess it was like Clinton committed perjury in the
lied.
process of the investigation. Well, under oath he did, and
look, he's walking around visiting islands that belong to pedophiles. I mean, hello, ding ding, America. Forget about Mr. Trump and his porn star. He never said he didn't. He just gave her money to say, shut up, I'm trying to run for president. If that's indeed what he did. I mean, and what kind of a cow is she anyway to come forward with it? She took the money. Shut your mouth. I don't like her.
I guess the state of New York has laws about business records and how and bookkeeping and how you report things and also how you report the value of your property.
I just saw Maisie. She said it's where the money came from. So did it not come out of his own billionaire pocket? Like, because he's a billionaire, why would he not pay her out of his own pocket? Where did he get the money?
To not leave a paper trail.
Anyway, bigger fish to fry than a prostitute or porn star or whatever her name is. It's all good. It'll rattle itself out. I've probably made 100 people hate me now, but I just think if you do something with somebody and later on that somebody becomes somebody and you decide to tell tales, well, you're not a very nice person just to make money, I feel. Like, I'm sure they were all on the up and up when it all occurred. He's allowed to. He's a billionaire. He can do whatever he wants.
We have funny laws about that kind of stuff.
What? What's this? Or porn stars?
Well, how business records are reported and how
everybody does. It depends how much he paid her, I suppose. But either way, I don't think if you compare what he did, my personal opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever you want, my personal opinion is what he's done with the porn star in comparison to what Clinton did and other presidents that have gone before him, including one who sent you all to war and said there were bloody things of mass destruction when there weren't. What Trump is doing is minuscule compared to what they did, and they're still walking around and they didn't go to jail. So, in my opinion, paying a porn star some money, I don't care if it came out of the taxpayers' money, compared to sending boys off to war to get killed, or compared to ruining a young girl's life by plastering her as a liar, what Trump's done is minuscule. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion.
So what do you think about election interference then? When he called the Secretary of State of Georgia and asked him to find 17,000 votes.
Yeah, but he still didn't get the 70,000 votes, did he?
No, but he attempted to.
But did he? Or is that fake news?
He's recorded.
I'm going to start arguing it now. I'm not sticking up for Trump. I'm just saying in this particular instance with Mr. Trump and the porn star, I think it's a whole heap of hoopla being made over nothing. I don't even think we should be talking about it.
No,
that's my opinion.
Yeah. No.
That's just my opinion. Like, I just sort of think, because I think America should have really sent Clinton to jail, and most certainly should have done something about the other fellow who sent boys off to war and died. Those boys went to war and died for nothing. And those two presidents didn't get into any trouble. They got a little slap across the wrist, and because they're super rich in the rich people's world, they got away with it. And Trump is a billionaire. He's got his own money. And yes, all right, I don't really know the ins and outs of whatever, but when I compare what he's done, where it was just giving some porn star money to shut up, compared to what the other two did, and they got away with it, and yet everyone's making a big fuss about Mr. Trump, I just think, hello, people, like, hello. Like, you've got people that you've let get away with really horrible things, and yet you're worried about some dude giving some woman money. Like, I don't know. On the scale of things, I think what the other ones did is really, really bad. And what Trump's done, maybe not good, but
there were 117 cases like this in New York since January. 117 of falsifying business records.
For Trumpy?
Not just Trump. There were 117 cases prior to his that did the same thing.
When you're rich, you can get away with a whole heap of crap, can't you? I mean, that's all of the prime ministers and presidents and whatever. At the end of the day, they're all in bed with big business. They're probably owned by the oil companies. At the end of the day, this thing with Trump will get swept under the rug, and everybody will be going back to just what they believe is normal, and all the big rich people will get richer, and all of us are going to struggle to be finding eggs and food on the shelves. So, I don't know. I've got no time for politicians. That's just my personal opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. I've just got no time for them. I just think I don't care, because it doesn't matter what I care. It doesn't matter what I think. I don't care what I think. They'll pay whoever they have to pay, and they'll get away with it. That's just what Clinton did. It's like what's his face did. I can't even think his chicken name. You know what I'm talking about. The one that said, "Oh, weapons of mass destruction." They weren't. Like, what?
Can't hear you.
Oh, that's good. You can't hear me. You can't hear me. Yeah, I'm just saying. There's more things to worry about in the world than some rich dude and whatever. Because no matter what we think, there's nothing we can do about it. We're just little people. So, and I live in a whole different country. So I really have nothing to do with it. Like, it's not my country. And America is a very good country and always has been a strong country and a good country. So they'll get it right. It'll all work out in the wash.
I always like hearing an international perspective on our politics.
Well, my international perspective is at the moment, you're in serious shit. Like, you've got a president that really needs to be in a nursing home, and it's scary shit. And I saw that press conference. I don't know, because I saw it on mainstream, so I do not know if it was. I don't trust mainstream media, so I don't know if it was fiddled with by the press. But the terrible tragedy in Tennessee there, the school thing, and the president came out and was making jokes about ice cream and other stuff before he addressed the tragedy. Oh my God!
I'll have to look that up. I haven't heard about that.
Have a look. I just thought, he's clearly not well. And I just don't understand why nobody's sort of saying, yeah, look, he's not very well. So, but I think that means that if he steps out, you can, because I think this is how it works there. If he steps down because of dementia, doesn't that woman take his place? And you
Kamala Harris.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just saying, one nightmare to another. So, see, now I was supposed to be going, and this was supposed to be a happy chat. You made me talk about things. Now people know how I think. I just don't like nastiness, and I just think if you're going to throw a stone, remember that you threw stones before to other people, and they got away with murder. Well, one did. So I'm just saying. At the end of the day, I'd much rather have somebody who's just paid a prostitute than to have someone who sent my boy off to get murdered. So that's all I'm saying. Sorry, Helena. I got very passionate because I don't like people going off to war for no good reason.
Oh, I wanted to congratulate Helena of your entrance into NATO. Finland got approved to be a part of NATO this week.
Who did? Oh, Finland. Oh, good. Oh, that keeps you safe then too, Helena. So that's good.
I can't see the chat, but I wanted to congratulate Helena for that.
But yeah, so that's the end of my rant on American politics, which is none of my bloody business. Because
it's none of your bloody business.
That's right. But having said that, you are our allies. So if you guys go to war, we're going to get suckered into it. So I've got to, at the end of the day, I still have to be careful who's pulling the punches.
We're going to share submarines together.
Well, apparently so. I don't know if they're supposed to be getting made. Are they getting made here or somewhere else?
I don't know.
I don't really know. But yeah. That's not all. Who are we talking about? Maisie, my Scottish friend. Hey, Scotland should become independent soon, I reckon. I think it's looking that way eventually.
I hope they do.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, when the Queen was alive, but Queenie's gone now, and now we've got Charlie and all that sort of thing. But I think Scotland's a strong country on their, like a strong presence on their own. I think they'd do okay.
The British Empire has gotten so tiny in the last 50 years. You remember that saying that the sun never sets on Britannia or never sets on the English Empire, and now it's just a dot on the map.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Australia's part of the empire. Canada's
you're part of the Commonwealth. You're not part of Britain anymore.
Oh, well, it depends how you want to look at it. Because I understand what you're saying, but yeah, like I consider my part. I'm happy to be under a king. Like I'm happy to be part of the Commonwealth. But yeah, the empire itself is yeah. Let's just hope the Ravens never leave the Tower of London.
Feed the ravens. Keep
Feed the
feeding the
ravens.
ravens.
Yeah, but yeah, oh, that's really awesome news. Then. Yeah, I remember it was your Finland sort of stuck out there on their own, so that's really good. What's wrong, Daniel?
It sounds muff. It sounds like
la 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 la. Maybe it's mine. I might have to get a new one because I think there's. Oh well, that is a new mic. Can you hear me better if I'm closer to it?
So far, yeah.
Okay, so that might be it. But yeah. Oh, Maisie, I love the royal family. Please don't yell about them. But yeah, but the royal family's always been like that anyway. Like that's just where they come from. Their riches came originally from the taxes and still do come from the taxes.
King Charles is a descendant of Dracula.
What?
Yeah. His bloodline goes back to Vlad the Impaler.
Oh, well, that's all right. Our bloodlines all go back to someone horrific. but yeah, no, I don't know. It's all a bit of it. The whole world at the moment's a bit of a mess, I feel. But it'll get better. And if not, oh well. Cyclones, I don't know, tidal waves. Eventually, it'll just be good humans left. Let's aim for that. But I don't know. What's oh my God, really? What, Helena? What did I miss? They aren't even from here. Oh, well, no, they're not Scottish, if that's what you mean. But no one in England is from England. We all of the English people descended originally from the Vikings and the Romans. So if
I
you
thought there was the Saxons, but that there was a blend of the English and the Saxons.
But that's where they all came from before that. So you've got originally it was the Vikings, and there's different, and I think that's where the Saxons and there's something else. Maisie can probably say there's another one. There's Saxons and whatever, but it's all originally all from the Roman Empire came into in England. If you look it all up, it was all Romans. Yeah, and
except in Ireland. Ireland there were different blood in Ireland than there was.
I'm not sure about Ireland, but I do know that Scotland and England it was Romans and originally like the Normans. The Normans and the Saxons, that's where I was trying to look, but they all descend from the Vikings and stuff. So it's all come over from there. So no one, if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty of it, and I'm getting a bit deep here, but none of us are from the countries we come from. Americans are not Americans. Americans are English, French, so, I mean, none of us are from where we are. We've all come from somewhere and then, Australians, we're not Australians. We're English, Irish, Scottish. And New Zealand, the only true New Zealanders are the Maoris. The only true Australians are our Aboriginals. The only true Americans are the Native Americans. And the only true English would be, well, that's just it. There's not. But do you know what I mean? So I don't know. If you want to go deep and meaningful into everything, we need to realize we're all from the same thing. Doesn't matter where we live. We all originally come from the same source somehow, wherever that is. And we should just all learn to get along.
Did you ever have your DNA done?
Yeah. Scottish.
I've got
I've got 55% Scottish, 14% Irish. I can't remember what the rest was, but mainly Scottish. And I know that because I've done my family tree, so I know that most of my family tree comes from Scotland, from up where the Gordons are, Maisie. The Gordons are part of that's my, what do you call it? Kilt thingy. Tartan. The Gordon clan. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like, but that's where, and a bit of, and there was like something like 0.1% of Nordic. So like, I've got a little bit of, what do you call it? Viking in me. I'll go with that tiny little 1%. But Scottish people, you don't want to muck around with Scottish people. Scotland's a good country. Oh, well, it's technically not a country yet, but you know what I mean. A good place. I like the Scots. They really say what they think. Oh, you're 91% from Finland, Helena. 6 Swedish. Yeah, and Central Asia. So it's all really weird if you do it. But if in the end, like, you know, I don't know. Let's just all get along.
She's 91% Finland.
Yeah. So she's definitely from Finland.
Yeah. I thought you said 9%. It's 91.
91. Yeah. But yeah, so you just get along and you don't worry too much about stuff you can't change, because until we get rid of something or other and governments are really looking out for people, you can't change that. You can't change if you've got some terrible disease that's going to kill you. You can only try and make it better and live. You can't change the fact that you've got no food in your cupboard because, well, you can. You could grow some vegetables and get some chickens. You can't change a lot of things, but you can just try and be nice to each other and get along.
What do you think, Dantex?
Dantex is smart. He's not saying nothing.
Yeah. I don't really pay much attention to the politics side of anything.
No, I don't.
What do you think about DNA samples and ancestry and anything else?
I'd like to have
cultural and racial identity.
I'd like to have mine done. I know I do have Spanish in me from Spain. And I know I have a little bit of Native American, but I think most of it strives from Mexican part. But I would like to see it take it a little further to see where in Spain and all that would be.
Yeah, it'd be certainly interesting. Like,
Yeah.
the reason I got my DNA test done was when I was working in the hospital. I was looking after an Aboriginal man, and I went into his room, and he said, he started to talk to me or whatever, and he goes, who's your mob? And I went, pardon? And he goes, what mob are you with? Because that's what we call, I'm assuming Tanya kind of knows what I mean too. I don't know what they refer to it in Maori culture, but like here in Australia, part of a mob. So there's all different Aboriginal mobs. And I looked at him and I said, I don't understand what you mean. And he goes, well, you're a black woman. And I went, don't think so. I said, I don't, what? And he goes, oh, I've got a thing for this. He said, I wouldn't be talking to you. And that's what he said. He said, I wouldn't be talking to you if I didn't think you were a black woman. He said, there's just something about you. I saw you walking in the hallway, and I just, because I said hello to him in the hallway because I knew who he was. He was an elder. And he goes, there's something. And I said, oh, I'd love to be. I said, I would love to have Aboriginal blood. I said, but I don't think I have. I said, I don't know. And I said, but because you're asking me and because you reckon I might have, I said, there was a little bit of whispers about one of my great-grandmas. I said, so I'll go get it checked out. And there was nothing in it. I'm just Scottish and English and Irish, and I'm just boring. And I went back to him and told him that, and he never spoke to me again.
Oh.
Which was disappointing because I thought, oh no. Like he wasn't rude. He'd still, like if he saw me, he'd still be polite, but he didn't talk to me again. So if I had have gone back and said, oh yeah, there he is, he would have still talked to me, but he didn't talk to me again after that. But that's why I got it done, because I thought, oh, imagine if I did have, that'd be super cool. No, I didn't have.
It was just so small, it didn't quite show up in the.
Yeah, it could be that. But yeah, no, I'd be proud. That'd be something. That'd be awesome. But I wasn't. But that's why I'm proud of all of the relatives that have gone before me, and I'm proud of everybody else, because yeah, when you really, really, really go back into it, we all stem from one particular part in Europe and just out, and then just change and just it
was somewhere in Africa, they think.
Yeah, so we all branch out eventually, and it is what it is, and be proud of your roots, so to speak, but and just try to be nice to everybody. It's hard because I get cranky with people too, and but I just think sometimes we worry about stuff we just can't change. We just can't. We don't have the money or the power to change some things, so we've just got to be nice to each other. And I find it in these communities when we're all we're all nice to each other in here, so why can't we just be?
Did you ever see Mars Attacks? The movie
Yeah.
Mars. Do you remember? Was it Jack Nicholson playing the president? And he's got the aliens in the room there, and he says, "Why can't we all just get along with each other?"
Yeah, and it's just true, but I don't know. That's kind of like you say that to people, and often people will say, "Oh, well, what's the word they use, utopian or something." I think no, it's just would be really, really nice if we could just. You can't get on because we do have different opinions about different things, but be respectful about those different opinions. So go look. All right, I hear you, and at least try to look at someone else's opinion a little bit. But it's just. Shape says hello to you, Daniel.
Who?
Shape.
Oh, hey there, the Shape,
Yeah.
Mr. Shape. I see you now on my other device. How are you doing?
Yeah. And he says hello to Blake. And we
can't stop now. Shape is in here. We can't stop now.
Well, Shape can always come in if he wants, but
bring him in. Give him the link. Give him the link.
Well, the link's there, but he's probably too busy. He's a busy man, is the Shape. I'm just honoured that he's popped into my little chat, which I was going to end half an hour ago, wasn't I, Tanya?
Yeah, I say you went a little over.
Do your Shape. Do your own haunted house. Do your own haunted house investigation.
Because
like the one Beardo is doing on his place. Do your own fake paranormal investigation.
No. And besides, Shape's got all that really expensive equipment to find ghosts, and the one that he could shake, and he knows that is there a demon present? Could be.
Well, there's this thing with one of the other channels. Beardo is trying to out that.
Doing, yeah.
And so Shape asked us what we want to see on his channel. So that was my suggestion.
I like seeing Shape's animations. I love his animations, and I love when he brings on new expensive equipment that costs him $150,000.
Oh, I love that expensive. What do you call it? Stud finder. I call those stud finders.
Yeah, but it's not. He makes me. Whenever Shape puts an episode up, I love to go to it because it just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh. I know he's debunking. The other day, though, Shape put up an episode about somebody who was not looking after their child very well, really. So, but
was that The Exorcist? I can't remember.
Oh, look, yeah, and I just
Paranormal Nightmare and The Exorcist.
Yeah, it was just bringing in a little lad into it who's obviously got some really bad parenting happening, bad family. And I just sort of thought, but no, Shape makes some good points on his show. And, but I tune in to see what expensive equipment he's got happening for ghost hunting. and I love it when he does those little, like when his little people fly off. But I especially enjoy his animation. I really do. So that's why I watch it, and I just laugh. And he's got an awesome voice. What's that accent? Where's he from? Because that accent's really good. I like his voice. So yeah. So I often fangirl over the Shape.
It's authentic American.
It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just the accent from wherever he's from. But see, he's probably gone again now. He's taken off. He pops in, he has a look, and then he pops back out. You're going live tonight, Helena, is that correct? I go live later tonight. I don't know how long you're planning on staying live, Karen, but I'd love you to be there. Well, I'm going to go soon, honest, because I think I've ranted enough and gone crook about enough like a mother has. That's all I've done. I've just gone crook about people carrying on like pork chops about prostitutes and money.
You need to go shopping.
I need to go to the shops. But no, I need to go outside and do some gardening. And to everybody in the chat, I'm sorry if I've offended anybody by what I said before about Mr. Trump and Mr. What's his face under the desk cigar man and all that, because it's not my country and it's not. but that's just my motherly view on things. Motherly view, all right? My opinion, whatever. I just don't like to see people arguing. I don't like to see people fussing over things they simply can't change. And when none of us are rich enough to change it, there's one person in the world who's possibly rich enough to change things, but everyone tries to make him look like a dickhead. That's that Elon Musk. I mean, he's pretty rich. He could possibly change some things, but who knows? But that's it. We can't change anything. We can only be nice to each other in our own little community and support each other and be kind and try not to say nasty things about people, even though sometimes we want to. Sometimes people really annoy us and we really want to say something, but just a big breath and think, what would me saying something about that person really achieve? Probably nothing. Just get upset and whatever. And people in here are beautiful, like gorgeous people, like lovely people. And I don't know. I just think just be kind, be nice, be kind, and try not to be naughty and bullies and bitches, and just try to be good. Isn't that right, Tanya?
Of course.
That's right. See, Tanya knows.
Isn't that right, Dantex?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
Just nod and say yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, just be kind. But just be kind, and everybody will get on. But I'm going to leave soon, Helena, because I've got to go out, as I said before, I've got to go outside and I've got to make the view from my daughter's bedroom look much nicer so that she'll keep her blind up and open. She said, looking at the back fence door. So that's why she puts the blind there. So I'm going to go out and paint some things, some little decorations, some fairy lights, and a sprinkler, and then she'll have something pretty good. What have we got? Oh, Ron, you're still here. Oh, and Tanya's in the chat. Look at that. She's multitasking.
That's what I do.
Yeah, she does. What's Ron? Ron, you got that right, Blake. What did Blake say that I missed? Just saw that your toilet seat has bass. What? Who's got a toilet seat that plays music? Is that something new? Do you know what I'd like to get for winter? The toilet seats that warm up. Have you seen them? They're toilet seats, and I think you must have to plug them in, but they're warm. So when you get up in the middle of the night in winter, you sit down to toilet seat. But yeah, so there you go. But I think Shape's gone. I think he really just did drop in to say good day and goodbye. That's very nice of him. So he's probably gone. He does that a lot. He's sometimes people lurk in the background. So I know sometimes my beautiful Jason lurks in the background, and Cassie might be lurking in the background, but I certainly know Ron is. And sometimes maybe even Levy's there. I don't know. I don't know who lurks in the background, but all of the people that I adore are in the chat, and I really am. This whole community makes me happy. It gives me something to look forward to because everybody's nice. Sometimes.
We nod our heads. We nod our heads.
Yeah.
Yes,
nicely.
we're a good group.
Yeah, I've never heard any. I don't know, Blake. I think there's an issue with my microphone, so I'm going to play around with it later because it's a brand new microphone, so it shouldn't be giving me any. If you plug your microphone into the wrong thing on the back of a PC, could that be a problem? I got told it shouldn't be. You just plug it into the back in the USB spot. It could just be. What about that? Is that better? Does that sound?
It's fine until you get away from it. When you get away from it like this.
Oh, maybe I should buy one of those, professional-looking things. So I look like
you mean like this one?
radio person.
You mean like this?
Well, oh yeah, on an arm. See,
that's what this is on an arm. Yeah.
So otherwise, I'd have to sit there and go, "Hello," like Oh, maybe I should get a microphone like a karaoke. Who do you love, Ron? Oh, me. Of course you do.
Yeah, Karen, you're lovely.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Tanya.
We are very lucky to have you in our community.
Oh, thank you. I get, and I know I got a little bit carried away before, so forgive me. I just get cranky when people are angry about things. You can't change it. and don't get cranky about it, because we can't change it. And I don't know when the time will come that we ever can, but just look after yourself. Just make sure you've got food in your cupboard, make sure you're healthy, make sure your friends are good friends, and just look after yourself and look after each other, and in time things will just be okay, because you just never know how long you've got on the planet. You don't know what's going to happen when you walk out your front door tomorrow. And if you worry about stuff you can't change, what's it been for? Do you know what I mean? So just be happy. Just be happy and love your children. Kiss them every day. Cuddle them every day, because you don't know. And cuddle your friends all the time if you get to see them, because you don't know. And we're tiny little humans, and we're very easily broken. So I don't know. I'm just waiting for the aliens to come down.
They're already here.
Oh, yeah. Or actually come up, because you know my theory. They're under the ocean. I'm waiting for the aliens to come up and sort of go zap, zap, zap. And, then the Star Trek Enterprise will fly in, and Captain Kirk will be real. And we'll get one of those translator thingies so we can all understand each other. And we'll get one of those things you put in your house. What do you call the things that you say, I want such and such, and it makes you food straight away?
A replicator.
A replicator. And we can have one of those other things, the things that they walk into and they've made a new world. Oh,
Holodeck.
Yeah. I reckon that would be a perfect thing, that we had everything that Star Trek said you could have, except still in Star Trek they were fighting with the Klingons, weren't they? So
not lately. They're at peace with the Klingons.
Oh, well, there you go. See, everything works. So I think it was the Vulcans that come down and made first contact, wasn't it, from memory, with Star Trek? So I don't know where the Vulcans are, but could they hurry it up, please? I don't want it to be like Mars Attacks. That would be shocking. That was really funny, but that would be terrible. We don't want that. I used to love the noise. Have you seen that movie at all, Tanya? You should just watch a little clip of it if you can find it. It's called Mars Attacks. It's got Michael J. Fox in it. It's got a whole gamut of stars in it, but it's basically about Martians are out in space. They're getting closer. The president of the United States gets warned. They go to meet with they go to do this big welcome thing, and I think the aliens are saying we come in peace, but they're kind of laughing because they're not really. And then there's zapping and zipping, and the aliens just talk like.
The film is based on trading cards, Mars Attacks trading cards.
Oh, is it? There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. There you go. But yeah, so. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Maisie. Thank you. I should get you on one day, Maisie, because you're all the way in Scotland. You can do something. You can come on, put your face on and do all that sort of thing, and pop in and say hello. It can be Maisie, Tanya, Karen. It could be a girls' day, and then Dantex
and I can just take a break.
Yeah, you can just take a break, and us girls will have a girls' day, a cocktail hour maybe.
Yeah.
You don't want to see me having too many drinks. I think people in Virginia City saw that. And mind you, I don't think I did anything particularly foolish. I think I was just very talkative, which, it's a bit of a stretch for me to be talkative.
You talkative? I couldn't imagine that.
Blake said they sound like adults on peanuts when they speak. I don't know. Wouldn't it be not peanuts? What's that gas you suck in?
Laughing gas.
Helium.
Helium. Yeah. Oh, that's one day. I'd like to get a bottle of helium, do a whole thing, just going and talking on helium. What is it about that makes you laugh? I don't know. It just sounds funny. Well, everybody, I've gone 40 minutes over my 12 o'clock. I'm getting out of here. Poor old Tanya. She wants to, have some bit of daylight left. Dantex needs to eat because he only had a snack before he came on. And I'm sure your pigeons need some food, Daniel. Yes, Maisie, bring the gin. I will do that. I'll think about that. I plan to just have like we have today. It's Sunday afternoon now, but Sunday morning for me. So I'm not quite sure what time it is there for you, Maisie. I think you said before, it's some stupid hour of the morning. And Tanya's only a couple of hours ahead of me, but then you won't be even that far because you've got daylight savings finishing soon, haven't you? I think.
No, it just finished last night, so yeah.
Oh, all right. So 2 hours.
It was
so
3, now it's 2. Yeah.
Lisa, the bartender, I've lost something. What did I miss? I've missed something with Ron. Lisa, the bartender, was great. It was a fun night, Karen. Lisa, the bartender, was great. So I'm assuming. Oh, he's talking about Virginia City. Yes, Lisa, the bartender. She poured me a drink. I was drinking gin. I think it was either gin and I'm sure it was vodka, and I kept asking for vodka and root beer or vodka and sarsaparilla. And this lady called Lisa that was at the bar at the Struth, now forgotten, the Opera House in Virginia City. She was behind the bar and she poured me this drink, and it was just a regular size cup, and she put like at least, I don't know how much, like she half filled my glass with vodka and then put a splash of sarsaparilla in the top. But I was already under the weather at that time, so that was really easy for me to drink. If she had have done that at the beginning of the night, I wouldn't have been able to touch it. But yeah, she was I don't know what happened to their supplies of vodka. I reckon she sent them broke. The Piper Opera House, that's it, the bar at the bottom of the Piper Opera House. All right, that's it. I'm going to go. I don't want to now. I'm quite happy now, but I will go because Tanya needs to go and Helena wants to come on. So if anybody wants to keep an eye out for Helena, I believe that she's going to do a live a little bit later. And if I'm not out in the garden, Helena, if you I'll pop in and say a quick hello if I can. I don't think the shape is still here anywhere, but if he is, thank you for dropping in, and I'm looking forward to your next little offering. I don't know if Jason is lurking in the background, but if you are, I love you. And Joe, if you're still in the background eating more spaghetti, love you too, although you should be finished with this spaghetti by now. But I love you all, and you all make me smile, and just be happy and stay safe. And I'm going. All right, you three stay there for a second, and then I'll say goodbye to you personally. All right, love you all. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.